Welcome to Vikings football with head coach Bruce Barnum. Portland State Vikings taking on the Big Sky Conference's best team this week, the Montana State Bobcats, ranked third in the nation. That game at Hillsborough Stadium. It is a 1 p.m. kickoff. If you can't make it to the game, you can watch it on ESPN Plus. And we're going to have a big conversation about the Bobcats in just a minute, Coach, but we do have to review a very nice win at Idaho State last Saturday. The Vikings going into halftime trailing the Bengals by 10 points, came out in the second half, and your defense set the tone. Got 6 stops in 7 series against the Bengals. They had 3 3-and-outs. They had a couple fourth down stops, and that allowed your quarterback and the rest of the offense to get that win. Give us a few words on Idaho State and how well your team played in that second half.
I'm proud of them, Mike. You know, you've been with us this season, up, down, all around, but to put one together, I thought we put one together. Started to put them together the week before, you know, and then to go on the road on the Big Sky, it's tough. I don't care who you play. Played a quality opponent, but anywhere in the Big Sky, go and win on the road, that's huge. The adjustment at halftime, you know, we can't say enough. I mean, that first half, I was like, all right, let's try to mix in a punt here for the mighty Bengals. But we talked at halftime, decided on some simple stuff, and it helped out. And that allowed, like you said, Chachere's got back in my room there, and they about 2:30 after the fireball, bus 3 caught on fire. We got back in the room about 2:30, Boise, and he got a helmet sticker on ESPN.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
He must have had a hell of a game. It's good to see him healthy and run by the Bengals.
Yeah, that's right. And that's your quarterback, Dante Chachere. ESPN recognized what he did last Saturday at Idaho State. The nation did. Dante Chachere was the National Offensive Player of the Week at the FCS level, Big Sky Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Coach, we haven't had a National Player of the Week since 2012. That is a big deal. He created a new stat here at Portland State. It's been done somewhere around the nation before, but never at Portland State. He had 200-plus yards passing, 200-plus yards rushing. Here's a guy who can kind of do it all on the field, and that's got a great weapon to have.
It is. You know, like I said, when he's healthy, he's got more sand in his ass now. You know, he came in at $176 or something, and now he's up over 200 pounds. But to put one together over there in Pocatello, no better place to do it. So that was cool. Proud of him. Let's see what he can do this week. Got to move on.
For the uninitiated, sand in your ass means he gained some weight.
Yeah.
That's Barnum speak right there. Coach, Dante had a big game. He was responsible for all 6 touchdowns, 3 passing, 3 rushing, and I would be remiss if I didn't point out another guy on offense who had a big game, Eric Denham. You've talked about him. He's a redshirt freshman, wide receiver, and we saw it. Dante found him twice. He ran away from the defense for a couple touchdowns. He had 127 yards receiving. He's the guy who's starting to blossom for you.
He is. That one catch was pretty fun to watch. You know, they got a Barnum sticker. You know, when he caught with one hand, they
got the Barnum sticker.
Their cover is better than that helmet sticker, ESPN BS. But as soon as he learns where to line up, you know, he's an electric player. We just can't always find him. Wrong way.
Dante found him. Dante found him 5 times, and he found him in the end zone a couple times.
Eric's getting better every week, though. You know, that's what we have. We got a bunch of freshmen, sophomores out here mixed in with some older guys, and they're learning on the run. So they're putting it together. Eric put one together. He had a few catches and helped us get the dub.
Okay, we talked about the defense last week. You made some adjustments when you went up against UC Davis. You saw your defense play better. Last week, second half, you saw your defense play very, very well. Now you're playing a team, Montana State, that, let's be honest, folks, they're awesome. They lead the Big Sky in just about everything. Points scored, fewest points allowed, total offense, rushing offense, everything you can think of. That defense is really going to have to step up again this week. Second half last week, did you feel like they're starting to get some of those new elements that you guys have incorporated?
They are, and honestly, Mike, it's just getting rid of the loafs. You know, get your ass to football and play harder, especially against this group coming. It's different from last couple weeks. You know, we've seen the football in the air, but the head coach there, Vegan, and the crew They're gonna run it when they can.
They like to run the
it
football.
well. They hit you, and they're talented up front. They're physical. So yeah, I mean, it's a good group. Defense is going to have to play hard and consistent in 60 minutes. They can't do that half we did last week against the Bobcats. I don't know if we'll be able to catch up, but well coached. I mean, their staff's been around for a bunch of moons. The only thing I don't think's real over there is vegan. And vegan's not a vegan.
He's not a vegan?
I think
he's a meat eater.
Well, he looks like Dolph Lundgren,
Well, yeah. He's got protein. Yeah. He's a big guy.
I took a picture last year, him and I, and they thought it was Rodney Dangerfield and Dolph Lundgren out there in midfield.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, okay. In Montana State, they have a quarterback in some ways similar to us, Tommy Malott. Here's a guy who throws it well and also runs well. You referenced the rushing. They average over 300 rushing yards a game, and he's actually a big part of that. So we're going to kind of face something that opponents face against us, a quarterback with great legs.
Yeah, the Butte kid, right? The quarterback. They got more than that. They got the Greeby. They got 2 Greebies now on defense. They got number 43 on defense. I don't know where the hell he came from.
Everybody's got a number 43 on defense.
Yeah, but not like their 43.
Oh, okay.
That kid's around the football. I like watching him play. They got a center. Their old line is why they're winning, in my opinion. But you put the Butte kid back there and a couple of very talented tailbacks that might have the other tailback back. They've got an arsenal. They've got an arsenal. You don't just stop. Well, you don't just stop Malott to beat Montana State. So we'll see what we can do.
And defensively, last question about Montana State. Their defense has been awesome. They've held 5 opponents to 17 points or less. You do that in the Big Sky, you're going to win every week. They've won every week. What challenges do you face as an offensive guy?
There's a bunch of them. We're just going to try to get the ball over the 50, the first half, and then maybe the second half get her down to the 35 or so. But no, we need to win a turnover battle. We have to find a way to run the football against them. They don't have many weaknesses, though. You have to take some possessions away from them. And then you have to be able to convert on third downs, all the normal stuff there. But the big question for us will be our defense. They have to be able to stand up against that front, those tight ends, the crew they have coming in. Because this game won't be pretty, and they get after you.
Well, it's a big game this week for Portland State as they take on Montana State here at Hillsboro Stadium, and we're going to give away some items. Coach, we're giving away 300 of these scarves. I know you're a big fan of scarves.
Big fan. I wear them water skiing.
You water ski?
And in the winter.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we're giving away to the first 300 people. We're giving those away. We got one more thing. It's going to be Throwback Day. This isn't going to fit your head, Coach.
You never know.
But you see that logo right there? That's going to be on our helmets this week. And if you go back to the Pokey Allen era, that was the logo when I started working here. And those are going to be on our helmets. You can buy this hat with the Pokey Allen pack at the game. Come to the game, and you have an opportunity to buy that. But it'll be a big day, homecoming, everything going on at Hillsboro Stadium this Saturday. Come to the Vikings football luncheon on Friday at noon at Old Spaghetti Factory. Get your preview, see the coach, meet some players. Also a great time. We remind you, the Vikings and the Bobcats, Saturday, 1 p.m., Hillsboro Stadium. You can watch it on ESPN+. If you can't make it to the game, for all your information on Vikings football, go to GoVikes.com.